If there's one thing that I've always loved, it's stuff, but in miniature. So what better place to visit today than an entire miniature railway? Today's going to be fun. Yes, today we're stepping into the world of miniatures, which of course has made me extremely happy, even with the very early start, by taking a trip to the Riverside Miniature Railway. Now, of course, we all know the love that surrounds full-size steam, and even scaling it right down to fit on your tabletop. But what about a locomotive small enough to push by yourself, but big enough to actually ride and drive? The first known miniature railway in Great Britain opened in 1843 in Hampshire, built on private grounds for Lord Robert Rodney. While initially on private estates owned by wealthy individuals, this later evolved into a public attraction, like the Rill Miniature Railway, which started in 1910. Today, it's a pastime kept going by passionate individuals and it's the loveliest thing. I mean, imagine everything that you'd normally see at a working railway, but smaller, like this imposing water tower, which actually isn't as towering as you might think. This locomotive shed. Oh, looky here, I can touch the roof. How about this adorable signal box? Again, it's actually itty bitty and also absolutely precious. There's miniature signals, the railway equivalent of traffic lights, a mini platform to hop on and hop off, and even a miniature turntable. Then you have the stars of the show, the miniature locomotives themselves. And this one is called Mally, a Romulus 7¼ gauge locomotive. Oh my Nelly, have you ever seen something so beautifully crafted and totally timeless that could fit right in your garden? But before we dive right into my adventures aboard Mally, I wanted to take a moment to chat to her owner, Stuart, to find out how much a hobby like this truly costs, but also to hear about how it reconnected him with his childhood sweetheart, Angela.
Thank you for the nice things you've said about the loco. It's taken a lot of effort and time to get it from how I bought it from Manchester.
Wow.
As a second-hand loco to what you see today.
Gosh.
And a lot of money.
I bet.
You can imagine.
I bet.
It all stems from the fact that in 1961, Angela's father took me down to Port Maddox in the Festiniog Railway. My granddad and uncle both worked on British Rail, and I spent 32 years with British Rail at Burton, way before any of the parcels, deliveries. You can track your parcel. We were doing it in 1970.
You were doing it first.
And I was proud of that. So we went to volunteer, my son and me and my son. We volunteered on the steam side, and at the same time, the guy who took me to Port Maddox, his daughter, now an old lady, like I was an old man, we found each other again and we got back together.
Oh my goodness!
And I could have bought a big British Rail locomotive that we had two of at Ruddington. I took advice, and the advice was, if you buy a full-size British Rail steam engine, you will never see it in steam. You'll be spending money after money after money. Why don't you get something you can enjoy?
Such a good idea. Such a good idea.
So along came Mally, and I thought, well, I can afford to waste £5,000, which is what it cost.
Gosh,
from a trackside at Manchester. And the only car that we had was Kay's Safira with a tow bar. So I dragged it all the way to Manchester. I got it on the trailer, dragged it all the way back to Ilkeston, and burned her clutch out, backing it up the drive, because of course you had to do it slowly. It was a trailer on up a hill. So it cost me another £1,000 for a clutch. And it worked quite nicely, but it wasn't quite what I wanted. So I spent another £5,000 or more on the body.
Wow.
It was stripped down to its boiler. The cab was built, the new cladding was made because it was aluminium which had flaked off the paint.
Yeah.
Could never do anything with it. That's stainless steel.
Right.
And it was made a job of. And it's as you see it now. It's a lot of old work.
Yeah.
But you do get the fun out of it. And having a grandson now, Arthur, he will hopefully grow into it.
And appreciate it.
With Daddy's help.
Yeah. And how long have you had her then? So how long ago was that you first found Mally?
8 years.
8 years.
Because that's how long I find Angela.
Oh, yeah. So it's been a love affair for 8 years and now she's beautiful. Yeah. She's in beautiful condition.
Oh, so is Angela.
Absolutely, so is Angela. With the spirit-soaked wood and anthracite coal burning nicely in the boiler, the chaps used an artificial battery blower to draw the fire whilst pressure in the boiler is created. The locomotive runs on this coal, which heats the water in the boiler. Oof, and after all that technical jargon, I feel that I've worked pretty hard. And so what better timing than for our lovely tea girl to arrive? A soul-rejuvenating sip. Much better. And the perfect thing to take the edge off those early mornings. Don't worry though, it wasn't just me, it was tea all around. Once the boys were confident that we were nicely steaming away, it was time to couple Mally to her sweet little carriages. And as you can see, riding a miniature locomotive is very much a sunny weather sort of pastime. Then it was time for the exciting bit. To give Mally her first run before the general public arrived to ensure that there was no hiccups. Mally's maximum speed is no more than 5 miles per hour, which is typical for most miniature locos these days. And although this might not provide you with an exhilarating experience, it certainly provides you with a charming one. A delightful jolly that allows you to soak in her gentle chuffs and the scenery around you. She pulled into the station ready for her second run and then briefly broke down, but not to worry, Michael, Stuart's son, was very much on hand to see her right again. And although I couldn't really tell you what it was that he did, it certainly involved a good bit of tinkering. Everyone was now gearing up, or perhaps steaming up for the arrival of the public, with more locomotives, I should say, not all steam-powered, and the incredibly important arrival of the burger van. I'll be seeing you later. Riverside Miniature Railway is run by volunteers, which makes it even more special. And their centre of operations is this simple cabin, complete with an encyclopedia of books that would put Wikipedia to shame, and the hub, the kitchen. The kettle is currently boiling, or should I say, the kettle. With everything in order and the doors finally about to open, this was my last chance to do something that I never expected to do when coming here today. Drive Mally, and boy was I nervous. Okay, all the way forward is forward.
Yeah, all the way in.
Yeah, but also overcome with childlike excitement, and so we did a last-minute briefing. Handbrake off, okay.
Bring forward.
Yeah.
So open the top a little bit.
Yeah.
About vertical, and you'll start. You should start to move.
Hop on, I need you with me. And just like that, it was chugs away, and an opportunity to understand what this is really all about. Oh my god! No! Look at me go! She thought confidently to herself, before her excitement got the better of her and she turned the throttle the wrong way. Oh no, wrong way, wrong way. But as I approached the station, I take back what I said about an exhilarating ride, because it was. And so in love with Mally was I, that when I'd cleared one circuit, I went round again. But this time with more company. One of whom was my incredibly speedy little friend, and we'll say hello to him later.
Sonic.
Yay! Thank you so much for letting me do that. At last, the doors were open, and so I hopped off Mally and took an opportunity to enjoy all of the other gorgeous locos, like Rosie. But it was when the families and their children arrived that I realised that this is not just something for older gents to enjoy. It's not simply about boys with their toys, but it's dedicated people wanting nothing more than to make a family fun day out truly memorable. And as I looked around at the innocent bubble of excitement brewing from toddlers to grandparents alike, I understood what this place brings. Magic, a time to bond and laugh and learn. A place for the kids and the big kids. But what struck me even more is what I learnt when I spoke to Dave, the god, about how this little loco paradise is much more than it seems.
I'm so happy to talk to you because I've been watching you working really hard out there all day in the blazing sun. And I just wanted to ask you, what is your role here at this club and how did you come across it? How did you find this place?
Me personally, I'm the club secretary. Years ago, I studied agricultural engineering and then I joined the forces. I got into this sort of thing through my wife's brother some years ago. And then I started to build locos.
Oh, wow.
Then he suggested I find a club and I found this one and I've been here ever since.
And what stuck out to you about this one?
I live down the road.
Oh, that's location. I like it. I like it. And what is it about this club that you enjoy?
The camaraderie, the friendship of the members. It's a welcoming club.
Yeah.
It's more like a family really than anything else. We focus primarily on Derrick's Tree Charity, which I'm involved with. Our chair is also involved with. Our chair's wife is the chair of the charity. We work closely with lots of the organisations, children's charities, police, social services, and things like that, refuges. And our youngest member, who was trained as a driver and a guard, it's Mike's grandson, and he's started when he was 7. So we try to encourage children to get involved.
Do you like it when younger people become involved in a lifestyle like that? I don't want to call it a hobby, that sounds, but a lifestyle like this.
It's absolutely great.
Yeah.
And we try to encourage them. And not only is this a railway, but we're also into conservation. This is one of our conservation areas at the back here.
Award-winning, I hear.
Yeah, it is award-winning. 2 years running. The trees the younger trees that are in there, obviously the big trees have been there for years. The younger trees were actually donated to us by the local authority, and we've planted them. There's over 100 we've planted in there. And just let it grow wild. One of our members has made bird boxes which have gone around.
Oh, wonderful.
And there are 2 or 3 bat boxes as well. Wow. And I do understand from one of our neighbours here that we do have bats. And we do have birds nesting in 1 or 2 of the bird boxes.
Oh, that's just wonderful.
So like I say, it's not just a railway.
No, it really isn't,
it's a nature area as well.
Yeah.
And we get involved in lots of things. We just want people to come and get involved.
Absolutely.
You don't have to be involved in railways. You can come and be involved in gardening or maintenance or whatever.
Yeah, so you can come and do a spot of gardening, or you might be able to build a bee hotel or something, or whatever.
Yeah.
It's a great family event, isn't it, for people who even aren't into railways in the same way that you might be, or my Jack might be. It doesn't matter, does it?
No,
because
that's right.
you can still appreciate the beauty of steam, can't you?
Right.
Which sounds like is something that you've always appreciated throughout a lot of your life. Well, I think you all do a grand job, and thank you so much for talking to me today. It's wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
As if I couldn't love this place anymore, this hidden gem is somewhere that gives back. So whilst you're enjoying your picnic on the lawn or having your face painted, you know that you've made a difference. Today alone, for example, £500 was raised for Derrick's Tree Charity. And all because of the people who have taken their little pocket of joy and shared it. And as I sat in my musings, accompanied by my little shadow, this superstar, I figured it was time to understand the positive impact that this place has on children and the passion that it instills.
This train is electric, and I have a license for this. This is the forwards and backwards. This is the frost, this is max. We can move the windows and the other window. And also we have a seat.
And how long have you had this train for?
1 year.
1 year. And how did you come across it? Where did you find it?
Dave gave it to me.
Really?
Yep.
And do you like diesel trains? Are they your favourite?
Yep, all of them.
All of them? You like all trains?
Yep. Also, we do Christmas, we do Santa's Grotto, we do teddy bear trains, what this train did, and it's named after my name, it's named my name.
Well, Leo, whatever you decide to do in the future, whether that be YouTuber or train driver, I can already tell that you'll be excellent. After a spot more chit-chat, it was definitely time for some lunch, and so I decided to gift myself a dining cart experience. Not quite the Pullman, but close enough.
And what is it about steam that you think people are just so enamoured by? What keeps the passion chugging along? You know, why do people work so hard on it? And when technically the age of steam has died, why do people keep it going in this way? What is it about it?
Steam you need to work at. The diesel, you push a button
Yes.
and you sit there.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all you do.
Absolutely. Like most things in the modern day, to be honest. You just push a button and it goes.
It's mind destroying. You don't have to think about it. I've just been told that John the guard saw that there was a bit of steam coming out of my cylinder valve, exhaust valve. Why?
A bit of steam coming out your exhaust valve. Something to do with it, the way that it's running, maybe the speed that it's running at, or...
There's got to be a leak for a...
there's got to be a leak.
For steam to come out,
of course.
there's got to be a leak.
Yes.
So where's the leak coming from? So that's your next job.
Yeah, so already you're on to the next thing to keep her ticking along nicely.
You've got to do.
In spite of Stuart's views, all locos are celebrated here, with all of them providing that hands-on experience whilst challenging your good old cognitive thinking. But this lifestyle also has a deep sentimental value, like keeping the memories of an old school teacher alive, for example.
And this one was by
the metalwork teacher that supervised the building of that.
At your school?
Yes.
So when you should have been studying for exams.
Yes.
I
was driving that. But I watched that being built, and then it sort of disappeared from sight, and then he died. I took it on, and it took me about, I think it was about a year to get it going again, because it had seized up and it needed, all the documentation had been disposed of by accident and things like that. And of course, it's like having a car with no MOT or anything like that. Of course, so, but got it going, and I've been running it pretty much in his memory since.
I was truly starting to understand why owning a miniature locomotive had always been one of Jack's dreams. It isn't just about these beautiful machines, but it's about the community attached to them. The kind that gets you back on track if you ever happen to derail. A brotherhood. It's why nostalgic little events like this matter and deserve to be pioneered. Wait, on second thought, let's cut to Stuart, because I'm confident that he'll say it a lot better than me.
What is it about an event like today that you enjoy the most? Why do you come and load them off the vans and get them all steamed up and work so hard to make today special? What is it for you that you enjoy?
Without publicity, without getting the message across to young people, this and a lot of them will go. I'm not getting any younger.
No.
So I need people like you and Jack and Michael to bring on Arthur.
Yes.
There's a steam loco there, there's a carriage there, there's a track here. Take it on. It's a way of life, really.
Oh, thank you, Stuart. Give me a squeeze. That was wonderful.
I'm not entirely sure why these timeless pastimes all seem to foster such a sense of community. Perhaps it's because they offer a shared sense of heritage, a history. Maybe it's because they aren't all focused on a screen. Or perhaps it's because it's something that you muddle through together, celebrating the highs and sharing frustration in the lows. A common passion, something that doesn't divide, but invites you in, every part of you, quirks and all. As Thomas the Tank Engine once said, little engines can do big things. Well, Mally, you're certainly a little engine that has a big place in my heart. And here's to many more adventures together in the future. Until next time.